Hello and welcome to the Following Truth. This is not actually the Bible study. This is an open discussion. This is going to be the first, hopefully, of many open chats where we're going to discuss and look at mental health issues and whether that be things like depression. I want it to be a place where people can come and they can talk, they can listen. They don't have to come on. You're more than welcome to come on to this live chat, and you can open up. You can say as much as you want to, or as little as you want to, or you can just listen to other people talking about their issues, their mental health issues, or their depression, anxiety. And so this is going to be either very quick, if we don't get anybody come and want to open up, and I will close the stream down. But hopefully we will find that people come. This is new. It's something that actually I've not really thought about. So I don't really even know where I'm going to be taking this. But you are more than welcome. I'm going to put a link. Now, I've only decided to do this today, but this is something that I'm going to hopefully be doing on a regular basis. Hopefully you will be able to see that. I have not really thought about how I would promote this, or whether anybody would actually be interested. Maybe it's a subject that people would rather not talk about on a live discussion, but we shall see. I just say welcome to anybody that is here, that is new to my channel, that has not viewed me before. Normally, I have a Christian-based Bible study on the channel, but I'm also wanting to go down this road and start having discussions with people a bit broader, and just make it a kind of a community for people where they can come, they can make friends, they can listen, they can discuss, they can come on, they can talk about their problems if they would like to, just somebody to listen. Now, I am not a trained counselor, but I am somebody that also has issues that I have myself. And so in this particular study or chat, whatever you want to call it, we're going to look at things that we do when we are feeling down, when we're not feeling good, when we're in a bad place, what we do in order to get ourselves out of that place. How do we get through those times when it feels like it's dark, and when we don't feel like that we can get through? So this may be just me talking to myself, and that will be fine. If we get people come, then that's even better. But this is just going to be a live, open chat. And I'll probably stay for maybe 10, 15 minutes while there's no interaction. There's nobody here. I understand that really I've only just decided to do this. So this may be something that I have to look into promoting and putting forward beforehand. Maybe it's a little bit late for people in the UK. Maybe people have to go to work tomorrow. And maybe I'll do this again. And hopefully I will. And yeah, really, it's just, I want to make a place, a channel where people can come and they can kind of be together, and where they can just listen if they want to just listen, or they can come on if you need somebody to talk to. You just need somebody that you would like to listen to what you have to say. If you want somebody to just be there while you are in a bad place, or you are, maybe you're not in such a bad place. Maybe you've come through that now. Maybe you are in a better place than you have been before, but you'd like to help others who may have been or may be in a position where you once were, and kind of, give some advice as to how you coped, how you got through, how you got through to the end, and now you're in a better place. How did that happen for you? Maybe you can give a bit of hope to somebody else that is not in such a good place. Now, I'm trying to obviously be careful with my language and the way that I'm saying things, because I know that this is a really intimate subject. Hello, Doki. So thank you very much for being here. So Doki, this isn't my usual discussion, my normal study. As you probably can tell by the title, this isn't. I'm not doing Bible study in this particular stream. So this is a specific stream that I'm going to be trying to do on a regular basis for people that maybe are in bad places, in struggling with mental health issues, struggling with depression, anxiety, all different types of, dark places, wherever that may be, whatever that may be, whatever it is that, maybe it's something really small, and it's just something that, but it gets you down. It doesn't matter what it is. And as I say, I know what it's like, because I myself have mental health issues. I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety. So I know what people are going through. Or I wouldn't like to say that I know what people are going through. I can relate. Everybody's position is different when it comes to this type of thing. And we shouldn't make presumptions that we automatically, just because we are in a place where we might feel down, where we might feel in a dark place, that other people are in the same boat, or that just because we are there, that we can make somebody else feel better, or we can, every single person who is suffering their own personal demons that they have to overcome. And it's a lonely place sometimes. And regardless of whether people are they are suffering as well. Sometimes just it doesn't feel like anybody else can understand exactly what you're going through, because what you are going through is unique to you and it's personal. And it's a really difficult subject. And I've decided to do this not for Christians. This isn't specific to the Christian faith, although there are many Christians out there that are also struggling as well. Just because we have a religion, just because we have a faith, does not stop us from, it doesn't make us immune, basically, from struggling, life struggles, a day-to-day struggles. Now, like I say, that they really can be kind of anything. Of course, yeah, the brain is an organ and can get sick like other parts of the body. Christians are certainly not exempt to that. It's sometimes I actually think that my faith actually makes things harder, because I automatically think that, or that I shouldn't be going through mental health issues or depression or anxiety and things like that because of my faith. And I have that relationship with God. Thank you very much, Doki. That is, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do. That's very kind of you. But and feel free. And I this isn't just for this idea that I've had in order to talk to people is not purely down to just people that that are suffering, that they have mental health issues or depression or anxiety or all of these different types of issues. It's also for people to actually maybe get a better understanding. Maybe they don't really understand. They've never had these types of issues. They don't really understand what depression feels like, what anxiety feels like, why somebody would be depressed, why somebody would have depression, and what it actually means to them and what it does. And so also, hopefully, this will be a place where people can kind of ask questions. And maybe they know somebody that is going through this type of issue and would like a better understanding, so that they can go back and kind of, relate in a different way to that person that they know that also has issues. And maybe you don't know how to speak to somebody, maybe you don't really know what to say, maybe you don't really understand what's going on, and you want to have a better understanding. Now, I'm really hoping, I've got two mental health doctors, I would call them, lined up to come and have a chat with me. Now I've been waiting for them to come back, and I think probably my channel is not big enough for them to actually come, and because it's also a Christian, obviously, channel, and it's not got enough people that maybe are suffering and struggling, and maybe they want it a little bit more about them and get their name out there a little bit more. I don't know, but I've tried to get people to come on, but as maybe this idea kind of grows and I get some people, and I know that really I should go and post into to go onto Facebook and join a load of mental health groups. I am on some, and I have posted it in there, but it was kind of a spontaneous thing, so maybe people are not they don't know who I am. I'm hoping that this is something that's going to grow. I knew that tonight was probably going to be me just speaking to myself, or maybe one or two other people. But you have to start somewhere, and I'll do this one again, and I'll do this stream again, and I'll do hopefully I'll do this particular subject again, and if people would like eventually to connect, then that will be awesome. I have some plans. I have some ambitions for what this is going to be, but that would depend on the kind of reaction I get, and maybe I'm not going to get kind of anybody. It's a subject that obviously I've got 1,300 followers on my YouTube, but it's not a Christian subject, so maybe most Christians are not going to come in and view it. And I don't have any followers from the mental health kind of side, so it's going to probably take a while. It took me a long time to get to the followers that I have on the Christian side. Now, maybe what I actually need to do is set up a completely different channel, separate and away from the Following Truth page, and just have it separate and a unique page that I need to set up. But yeah, it's something that I'm going to play out and see, and just find if there's any kind of interest in it. I don't know of any other channels out there actually that there's lots of Facebook pages, because I am a member of quite a few Facebook pages that have mental health as the main theme, but I don't know of any YouTube channels that kind of have live discussions about it. I haven't looked, so maybe there are, and maybe in fact actually I will have a look and see what they're doing, see if there's anything that I should be doing in order to be able to bring people in. And just see how things go. But yeah, I don't want to spend too long just rambling along on my own if obviously I don't really get any interaction with the channel for tonight. But we'll see. It is just something that I decided to do on a whim. Well, actually, I say that. I've been thinking about it for a while, but it was just today that I thought I would do it, and then it was like early this evening that I just decided, and it's in the UK. It is 10:20 at night, so it's quite late, really, for the UK, and then it's, I think, for for America, it's actually quite early. So it's during the day, still during the work day, I think, probably just about in America. So yeah, maybe the timing is wrong. Maybe I need to do it earlier. But I was watching the football. I shouldn't have bothered. But I decided to watch the football, and as you can see, like, I'm an Everton supporter, unfortunately. And my internet went, but never mind. We know that happens with my internet. It sometimes does drop out, and then it comes back. But yeah. So yeah, that's what. So watching the football actually brings me down. I don't want to make light of the subject, but yeah, being an Everton supporter is actually not a good thing. It does make, it's such a basic thing that, sports events, sports teams can actually have an impact on the way that we feel. Like, you watch a game of football, and I think that for a lot of people, when they watch football or any kind of sporting event, if their team loses, like, even if you're not struggling, even if you don't have issues, if your team loses or is not doing well or is struggling, that this can put you in a bad mood, or it can affect your day, it can affect your whole week. But when you're already feeling down, little things like that can really affect you. And for sometimes, for other people, they might look at that and say, well, why is that such a why is that you allowed that to affect you so much? And it's not that has affected me, or it's like just something else that makes you feel bad when you're already feeling down, feeling bad about yourself, or that is just like a compound thing. It's just another thing that goes on top, and makes you just feel down. But yeah, really, the subject, what I wanted to really discuss and talk about, was things that we do, things that what we can do in order, when we're feeling down, when we're not feeling good about ourselves or life. What kind of things that we do in order to maybe make things better, or what gets you through that dark place. Now, for some people, it could be, some people turn to alcohol, and they will drink alcohol. Some people will turn to drugs. Other people will try and stimulate the mind. They will try and give themselves something to do in order to take their thoughts off of things. Now, this is something that I do. kind of on a regular basis. So for me, it's the gym. I have to go to the gym. I try to go to the gym like 3 to 4 times a week, but really, when I'm feeling bad, that jumps up to 5 times a week. Now, it may not even be when I'm there, I may not even really kind of work out in a proper way. You don't feel like it, but it's an hour, 2 hours where you can just switch off, because you're obviously focused on the exercises that you're doing, and obviously the exercises release. Now I don't know all the terminology and the technology of the brain and how it all works, but whether it's dopamine or endorphins or whatever it is, it does stimulate the mind, and it does make me feel better. That might only be for a short period of time, and it might only be while I'm there, and then when you leave, it doesn't last very long. Sometimes it can, but I try to. So I study. So I study, obviously, the Bible, which is something that for me is always been important. Sometimes I will just read, and I might just read one of my books, that either through a Christian study or just something. I don't really. I have a lot of fiction books, but I don't really read a huge amount of fiction books. Now, I do like to read people like Simon Sinek and Jordan Peterson and things like that, Slavoj Žižek. So I try to give myself some stimulation of trying to read some of these kind of people. And it just gives me, something to do, the brain. Other times I will just sit down and I will play a game of chess. And I might go online and play some games of chess, or maybe I'll just listen to a YouTube discussion. That could be on many different things. Maybe so some other things that I kind of do. I think that music, for me, music has always been quite important, but music actually sometimes can make you feel worse, because you listen to a sad song or something like that, or something that reminds you of the past and stuff. I've got obviously songs, and I think most people have got songs that will bring up memories of maybe your youth or different parts of your life. I mean, I struggle to listen to Elvis, because my dad was such an Elvis fan, but sometimes I just will listen to Elvis because I want to actually feel bad. Not that I want to feel bad, but I'm thinking about him, because my dad, for those that maybe don't know, my dad died 15 years ago now. Now I am going to, during these discussions and chats and everything, I will try to be reasonably honest. I think that everybody needs to hold back to a certain degree, especially on a live discussion with people that maybe you don't know and stuff. But this isn't counselling. So it's not confidential. So the kind of information that you put out on a live stream is out there, and maybe you aren't comfortable with that. And there are certain things, obviously, I won't talk about, but I want to try and be as kind of honest as I possibly can for other people, because I want to try and be there for other people in I don't know, not in a counselor type of way, because I'm not a yeah, James, don't come trolling here. Seriously, dude. We're not doing. I didn't come. This study isn't for you to do that. So yeah. So I do apologize about that. So yeah, I'm going to try and be as kind of honest as possible with the things that I kind of say. Now, this is a live discussion. It is a live thing, so I cannot. There's going to be certain things that I'm not going to talk about. But my dad did die 15 years ago. He died of lung cancer. So there are times when my brain wants to think about him, and it's a kind of compulsion. I have a compulsion to actually put myself through pain. That's kind of the only word that I can kind of use, that my brain says, right, we need to focus on that. We need to get. It's like sometimes when you listen to you hear part of a song, and then your brain will just play it over and over and over and over. It's actually a fact, a psychological fact, that if you then listen to that song, it kind of releases your brain from, because what your brain is trying to do is it's trying to remember the song, and so it will play the song over in your head, trying to remember it. Now, if you listen to that song, it should, and it doesn't obviously all the time, but for a lot of people, it frees them from that, and the brain goes, right, okay, well, we've listened to it, now we can move on. And sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit down with my dad, I will want to listen to some songs, especially certain songs that were connected to the end of his life, and to his funeral. And actually, that it gives me a release. It does. It brings me down, and I have maybe only a 10 minutes, 15 minutes where I get down, listen to the songs, and then I'm released from those thoughts, and then I can move on. So depression and anxieties and these types of things can affect everybody in different ways, and everybody has their different ways of getting through it. Now, for some people, that would be impossible to do. You wouldn't be able to go into those kind of areas, because you need to stay away from it. It's like an alcoholic. With alcohol, you can't even have a little bit, because an alcoholic doesn't have that ability to only drink a tiny little bit. They will progress, and they will go down. I've often thought that myself. It's like, well, if you're an alcoholic, maybe why can't you have just one drink? As long as you know you're an alcoholic, you're going through recovery. So it's not like you're doing it alone. That getting drunk is bad. You've not had a drink for however long. What would be so wrong in just having one drink? And clearly, there is an issue with people with that kind of addiction that would not allow them to just have one. So everybody is different. Everybody has different ways that their brain works, and what works for some people doesn't work for others. What helps somebody to get through may put somebody else in a really, really bad place. And so any kind of advice that is given on here is not advice to just blindly follow, because, like I say, I'm not a counselor. I'm not trained, so I'm not going to be trying to give people and that goes for anybody else that wants to come on or and discuss things. This isn't a place where, unless you are a trained counselor, and obviously if you want to come on, trained counselors are more than welcome to come on, and hopefully we'll get some. But it's just, everybody is individual, and you have to do what gets you through. And like I say, depression and mental health issues are so on such a spectrum that even down to just tiny people who don't even realize that they have issues can be diagnosed with mental health, depression issues, even if they don't feel like they have them, or even if they are not, that maybe it's just a very, very small amount. But it doesn't mean that it wouldn't be significant to them. And really, I'm hoping that I will get some actual counselors who have full knowledge in this area to come onto the channel and discuss with me. And I'm, like I say, I want to be kind of the guinea pig with this. So I'm hoping that I will get some counselors on that I will do a session, a live session for other people to see. Now, I've done CBT therapy before. It didn't work for me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't really feel like I got anything from it. But other people may very, very well have had that kind of therapy and it really worked for them. But there are lots of different therapies out there. And I would suggest to anybody that is kind of struggling or has issues, there are people out there. There are people out there that can help, that will help. Like I say, the CBT didn't work for me. And I've been offered different types of therapy, but at the moment it's not something that I'm quite willing to go for at the moment. There is a link available. It should be, in fact, actually. I don't know if I can, how to pin that. Should have been able to pin that at the top. I should have probably posted it into YouTube itself. In fact, let me actually do that. Oh no, so I'm just going to pin the message at the top. So that's the StreamYard link. So if you did actually want to come on and open up, you're more than welcome to do so if you would like to come on and discuss. It is just an open chat. Maybe you just want to chat. Maybe you just need somebody to listen to. You just want to talk about something that maybe will just make you feel better. Feel free to come on and you can do that. But if you just are listening, you're more than welcome to do that as well. I appreciate everybody to be in here. I thank you very much for listening in to me chat. I've been talking away for kind of 40 minutes now, and I've been rambling on. And maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's good enough, and you're here. If you are here and you're just listening and you just want to listen, that's fine. Maybe put a comment into the comment section, just to let other people know you're here. You don't have to. There's complete anonymity. You don't have to tell anybody that you're here if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to if you would like to. If you're just listening, I'm glad you're here. If you're in a bad place, you're not feeling good, you just need somebody to talk to. And I'm going to keep repeating the same kind of things over and over, because obviously new people come and maybe they don't really understand what's going on. And I will look out to see if there are other YouTube channels with open live discussion for people in this kind of chat. Now, you can find live chat on YouTube for kind of every single subject that you can think of. If you studying the Bible, you can go on, and there's discussion channels for people that are talking about the Bible. This is one of them. You can go and find football channels if that's what you're interested in, where people just discuss football. Pretty much the book clubs. I know that there are book clubs out there that people come on, and gaming and all different types of channels where people are discussing with each other about different topics. I don't know if there is any other channel, and maybe there's a reason for that. And anyway, maybe that isn't a good idea. I don't know. Hey, Tunji, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, it is I am feeling a little bit down. I appreciate you being here and listening in. I know that this for a lot of people, this isn't a subject that is really going to be of interest to them, especially and to you as well, Repair of the Breach. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate actually. I obviously there's quite a few people here in the chat that are normal to my kind of my channel, so they understand that the different side of the channel that I normally have. Now, you'll also notice that I haven't really been active on my channel recently, and I haven't really been putting much out, because I haven't really been in the place where I would like to not that I would like to do it. It's just not something that I've been in a place where I've been able to put the effort and the time into that channel. This so when I do a normal stream, when I do a normal discussion, it takes a long time to do them. You know that obviously doing the slides and things that I normally do, they take a lot of time. This obviously doesn't. So this is something that is really important to me. It's a topic that I'm not sure that a huge amount of people understand unless you're actually going through it, or you know somebody else that is going through it. And Tony, yeah, it is. It's a real stress that people deal with every day, and it for most people that are in that position, it is an everyday fight. It is an everyday thing. And there may be times where you get up and you have full energy and you feel okay. You know, I don't even know if I don't even know if I understand what the feeling of feeling high actually feels like anymore. Where you're so, you know, full of life and stuff. I don't even know if I know that feeling anymore. I got diagnosed with bipolar. Now, I think that was a false diagnosis, because bipolar people, they have really, really, really high highs and then really, really low lows. And I'm not so sure that I get the highs anymore. I do get times where I feel good, but they're short lived, and the lows seem to be lower, and it's very easy to crash out of a high. I think I've been just dealing with it for such a long time now that maybe I just didn't even, the highs and lows are kind of just a part of me, and I don't really feel low and I don't really feel high anymore. It's yeah, it was a long time ago that I got diagnosed with that, so maybe it's something that I should go back and revisit. But for some people, including myself, you know, it's a hard thing for a man to admit, and that's why, one of the reasons why I want to do this, because I want to show people that even most people who know me would say, "Oh, you seem fine. You seem like a happy person, or just a normal person." But it can affect anyone, and it's not. Yeah, Tongji. Yeah, so that is a really touchy subject, actually, and I will be honest, because I said that I would be. I had a dog, and last year it was actually killed. So yeah, I know. I'm laughing at that because I think that that's one of the coping mechanisms some people have, is that they have to, like, kind of get through little things like that, because in with a little bit of a laugh, because otherwise, you know, you start dwelling on it and you could go down the hill. Yeah, you didn't mean, you didn't know, and don't worry about it. It's some I really want to get another dog. I don't really have time so much to dedicate, I don't think, to a dog at the moment, because of work, and I don't think it's fair to not be able to give the dog time. But people who know me know that I'm a dog walker, a dog trainer, so I do get a daily dose of pet, just not my own, but I do get a daily dose of dog quite regularly. So I've got quite a few regular clients that I see regularly, that I look forward to seeing. and they do bring you that little bit of joy, just for that hour, the time that you're looking after them, or you're taking them for a walk, or you're training them for that hour. You have a so I do get a daily connection with animals, and definitely helps. There's no question about it when you're having those that connection, and it's with maybe a dog that you've been seeing for you miss daily dose of dog. I do. Yeah, I miss having like the full. I have good connections with quite a few of my clients. I call the dog my clients, so I have actually good connection with quite a few. And actually, I really do look forward to that, and but then you obviously have to give them back, and it's not the same as having your own. Yeah. So Repair, I don't so much. I've got to be honest. I don't really do it. I tried last Sunday, I think it was. I thought I would go, and I actually went to a Christadelphian church, because obviously of my position of where I am in my my faith, and it was the closest one, and I enjoyed it. But my relationship with God at the moment is in a it's also in kind of like a touchy state. So I'm trying to. I'm struggling with that side of who I am and my faith. Not that I don't have faith, because I'll never lose that, but I suppose in the relationship between me and God, in because of where I am in my life, and just it. I'm struggling with that part of it. So yeah, so I also struggle with getting myself to that kind of fellowship as well. I've got to be honest. At the moment, it's been something that I haven't really done for a while. Now, to be quite honest, when it comes to kind of anything, some days can be a real struggle to actually just have the energy or the motivation to actually do anything. Even the dog walks, sometimes they become, and I love them so much. I love doing them, and the animals. But sometimes, just because of the state of mind, it's really difficult sometimes to actually just want to go and do anything, even the gym, which without the gym, I just would, I think I would just crumble, and because the release that I get while I'm there, the time away from having to think, but even sometimes I just God, you know what, I cannot be bothered. Luckily, at the moment, there isn't really very many days where I just decide I'm not going to go. I will fight through it, and I will just force myself to actually go to the gym. But yeah, even things that people in my where I am, in the mental state where I am, even things that we want to do become a struggle. They become hard, and we know that we should do them, and we know that, well, when we do them, we're going to feel better. But actually doing it, getting yourself to that place, can be a struggle. I've had days where I've just not wanted to get out of bed. Like I say, luckily, at the moment, I feel like I'm in a position where I am able to fight through most of the time. You get worse days where you don't do as much as, obviously, as others. But yeah, sometimes just doing the basics, of getting up, getting out, just, you feel, oh, why should I bother? Why today? Let's not bother today. Luckily, I've not gone down the routes of like alcohol or drugs or anything. So, yeah, Tungji. So I have done CBT therapy, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, and it was the therapy that was offered to me from, like, in England we have like the NHS system, the National Health Service, and it was what was offered to me as the kind of therapy. It was online. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't feel like I was. So it was 1 hour once a week with this counselor online. I didn't really feel like doing it, and because sometimes when you don't want to do it, you don't. And actually, I missed a session, and they wrote to me saying that if I missed a second session without kind of reporting it to them, that I wouldn't be there. It was only the council actually cancelled 3 times on me while we were doing it, and changed. And that was fine, apparently, but I missed a session, and then they wrote to me, said that if I missed another, they would cancel it. And then a couple of weeks later, I missed another session, and it wasn't even because I wanted to miss it. I was actually sat at my computer, and the session started at 11 o'clock, and I was just studying. I was just studying, reading, and the next thing I know, I look at the clock, and it's meant to have started at 11 o'clock, and the next thing I know, it was like 20 past 11, and it was like, oh, I've missed my session. So I went, logged into the session, and she just said, well, you're too late. And that was it. And then that was cancelled, and I didn't do I wasn't allowed to do any more. I think I ended up doing like 9 sessions of, I think it was 14 sessions, and I think I did 9. Yeah. Yeah, so it was. It can be easy to trick ourselves that we're isolated from people than we actually are. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree, but I think sometimes we actually isolate ourselves. I think sometimes we actually shut ourselves off deliberately, or maybe not even deliberately, just something we do. And yeah, I agree that sometimes, sometimes just a phone call or a text, and we are reminded we're not alone. Sometimes it will help, sometimes it won't, because ultimately we're not alone, in the sense that we have people around us. I mean, I still have family and friends and stuff, which But like I say, everybody's state is unique to them, and you are alone in it. You are alone in because, like, my family don't really understand. They just think that I should just get on and be fine. But it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Tongji, yeah, the CBT therapy that I did, it wasn't. It was not effective, and it was really impersonal. It was, like I say, it was online through Skype or Zoom or whatever. I think it was Zoom. And you just you were talking to this person on the other, on this other screen, basically, and it was it was just not something. And I think that the CBT therapy is designed specifically to get you to a place where you're okay with what is going on, rather than trying to resolve what is going on in your head and trying to figure out how to get to kind of it's kind of like just putting a bandage, I think, or a plaster over a cut. Rather than trying to fix the cut, you just put plaster over it, and that's it. You try and live with the cut rather than fix it. To me, it just wasn't something that was effective. I question everything. So I'm trying to make an understanding of this world. I think that we're all in that kind of place where, regardless of whether you're in a bad place or not, this world is a strange place to be. Whether it's working for you or it's not, we're all individual people. We obviously have people around us, or some of us don't. But I try to understand the world, why things happen, why sometimes good things happen to bad people, why bad things happen to good people, why, I obviously have the relationship with God in that sense, because obviously I'm Christian. I know that, Tongji, you're not, although we know that you once were. So I try to question everything. It's just I don't have the answers to everything, and I am coming from a place where we're of faith. Whereas some people are dealing with this kind of issue, and they don't have the faith, and sometimes I wonder whether that's better or worse. Because I wonder sometimes why God doesn't just go, you're better, you're better. Doki, I really do appreciate. Thank you very much for that. You've already given, so I do appreciate you doing that. I say it every time that I do a live, even on my Bible studies and stuff. I do them for other people, and I really do appreciate every single person, regardless of where you are in your faith, in your, and obviously this one is on kind of a different topic than my normal subject of the religion and Christianity and different, that this is on mental health. I appreciate every single person that comes and watches one of my videos. And you've all got better things to be doing, especially, the Tongji and Doki and the people that are here right now. You've got other things that you're studying and you're doing, and you're still here, and I really appreciate it. And I don't, the ability to obviously give to me is there, and I just appreciate you. You can just watch my videos, you can just listen, you can appreciate them, you can learn, you can interact, you can tell me I'm wrong, you can educate me. I'm okay with all of that, and I don't demand like that anybody give anything, and I really appreciate it when somebody does. And so Doki, thank you very much. It is really, I do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. It means a lot when just people are here listening. That's all. That's all. But when somebody does some, gives, I really, really appreciate it. It does mean a lot. And I think that most people that watch me and are regular to my channel and stuff, they understand that. Yeah, the questioning things is the first half, and when they don't add up, what do you do about that? And you tell me, Tongji. I don't know sometimes. I don't know. Too much study wears you down, but faith without too much thinking works wonders. Do you know, there are times when my faith really does lift me and help me, but then there are times when it doesn't. I love my studies, and I really do love them. Yeah, I know you can't, Tongji. It was just a question. But again, like, there's been people coming in and out of the channel while we've been talking, and it has been mainly people that are regular to my channel, and again, I'm really not sure. And actually, maybe my regular people to my channel would actually let me know. And anybody that's new, should I set up a completely different channel for this type of thing? Is this really, is it not good to be having it on my main channel? Should I set up another one? Is it, you're here, you've got better things to be doing, you've got Bible things that you're doing, and I know Tongji's got other things that he's doing, and Repair the Breach, and he's here from another channel, and Doki, you're all over the place. Every channel I go on, you're there commenting. So people are they have lives, and I really just appreciate you being here, every single person. I really do. And like I say, new people are coming in, new people are going out, they're coming back in, and I don't know who's here. I don't know whether they're demographic of regular customers, regular clients, people that come to my channel. That's the correct word, and I'm trying to find. So I don't know whether you're the ones commenting are obviously people that are you frequent my channel, but hopefully there are some other people that maybe are not that you are new to my channel, and this is a completely different thing than what I normally do. It is something that I really want to do on a regular basis. Now, I honestly thought that, maybe I would just come on, be here for 10-15 minutes and probably turn off. But luckily, there are people interacting, and I appreciate that. Now, again, I will keep saying this because, like I say, there may be people who are watching that are from the kind of the other section that I've kind of posted to, those that are struggling. And if you would like to come on, there is at the StreamYard link, and anybody is welcome to come on and talk with me. There is the link that you can click. You can come on and you can discuss. You can, if you just need somebody to talk to, if you just need somebody to listen to you, feel free to come on. If you are here and you are just listening, you are more than welcome to just listen. If you would like to just let us know that you're here, put a comment into the comments. You don't have to come on. You can just be silent. You can just listen. But we are the main discussion of this, and we've kind of gone off a little bit. The main topic of this is when you're feeling down, when you and this might be, I'm sure there are days when other people who are not suffering from anxiety, depression, mental health issues, that you might not feel so good today. There are now, what is it? What is it that makes you feel better? What gets you through? What makes you laugh, smile? What brings you out of that place that you're in? It might be that you just, come to my channel and have a study with me, and that makes you feel better, of course, because you learn some good things on my channel, hopefully, anyway. But like I say, for me, it's going to the gym, reading, studying, even just going for a walk. But sometimes when you go for a walk, you're on your own, and then your thoughts start coming through your head. I also like to watch films. I do watch quite a lot of films. I'm struggling with Prime and Netflix at the moment because I've kind of watched most things on there now, so I don't really have too much to watch. Hoping that the next season of Peaky Blinders is going to be coming out on Netflix soon, because Peaky Blinders is awesome, and I kind of binge watched that when that comes out. So that's a day when that season comes out that I kind of just put to one side, and I just go, right, okay, I'm just going to watch Peaky Blinders. I got into Game of Thrones really late, so I ended up buying all of those and watching them. Actually, I watched up to season 5, stopped, and then I went back and redid them again. So yeah, a series. I like to watch series because it just it's a time when you just don't have to think. You can just shut off and just not. So so like obviously when I'm doing studies, biblical studies and stuff, they can be really intense and they can really hurt your brain because you're studying so much, and sometimes you just need a break from that kind of thing. And then just put on a film, and that kind of just an hour and a half of nothing. I like to watch quite a few different YouTube channels, listen to podcasts, and not just Christian ones at all. So I like listening to people like Jordan Peterson, Slavoj Žižek. He's like one of my favorite people to listen to. Simon Sinek. Yeah, these types of people I listen to, and maybe like when I do this a bit more, I might start playing some of their clips and stuff. We can, if other people would be interested in that at all. But yeah, if you would like to come on, if you would like to talk, you are more than welcome to do so. I honestly don't know whether, because it was really late. It was really late when I posted about the into the Facebook channels about to the mental health pages, and actually I joined a few like 5-10 minutes before I actually went live and posted in there. So I don't know whether anybody saw that and has come on and listening. This is very, very different than my normal channel of what I normally do. And actually, I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting as much kind of interaction as what I've had, and I know that the majority of that has come from people that are regular to the channels, and actually, I really appreciate you. Actually, I say it so many times. I really appreciate that the people that are here have commented, are interacting with me. And maybe you didn't know where my position of where I am in my mental state and stuff, because I don't really broadcast it so much, but it's been something that's been playing on my mind recently to actually start Doki. If I just keep going and you're going to keep chucking me super stickers. I so appreciate it, Doki. You don't know. I do. I really do appreciate it. You know you don't have to, but I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I just want to try and make a place where people can just shut off, listen, talk, be there for, in fact, actually, it's good in a way that I've got people like Repair of the Breacher, Doki, Tongji, and stuff that are here, because they may be able to, if in the future I do get some people. you are literally throwing bananas at me, like yeah, and I really really appreciate it. Actually, I wouldn't mind a banana. I'm quite hungry actually, so I should go and have some food. But there may be times when somebody comes on here, hopefully in the future, as I do more and more of these, live kind of chats that they may ask a question, and I'd love for somebody to come on, and Tongji comes from a slightly different place than Repair the Breach and Doki, because Doki and Repair the Breach are they have a faith, Tongji doesn't, so maybe you can interact. And you're coming from a place where you are not suffering from what from mental health issues or depression and stuff, so you can possibly give a slightly different understanding to other people. But I definitely would like to get some professional counselors on here. I've had a couple who nibbled, and I posted into in there and into some of the channels, and they said they were going to come on, and then they when I explained to them, where my channel was, and they were like, oh, okay, so how many people do you have on your channel, how many subscribers and stuff? I just probably not big enough channel. It's as simple as that. I don't have enough subscribers in order to warrant them coming on. Okay, Tongji, yeah. So now that's, to me already, that's kind of like that's a big thing to open up to. Now, whether you want to elaborate on that and give us. Okay, so it's not extremely, but he definitely needs to go and get himself evaluated. And I would recommend that. I would definitely recommend. It's hard. It's a hard thing, and I don't know, how old is he, Tongji? How old is your son? If you don't mind me asking. So he's an adult. Yeah. Okay. So he's an adult. Yeah. You can't make him. Okay. So he's 28 and he's been homeless twice. So yeah, it does sound like so that he has, without obviously knowing too much, and you do not have to give any more information if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't want to. But if he's 28, he's been homeless twice, I would suggest that. Now, I don't know, obviously, the situations of what made him homeless, whether he lost things in divorces or what what the situation is, but it would sound like to me that obviously there are some kind of issues there. Okay, so yeah, so alcohol issues, of course. The problem with alcohol, and I can say this from a position of somebody that certainly drinks. I drink alcohol, so I'm not somebody that doesn't drink alcohol at all. But it's very, very rare that I get drunk. But I can see the pull, the allure of alcohol, because it definitely allows you to just numb out, especially when you're so drunk that you can't think of anything else. But the problem with alcohol is, at the beginning anyway, actually it starts to make you feel worse, because you start drinking and then you get to a place where most people would start to be happy because they're tipsy, and it brings you it makes you feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more free. And so you get to a position where you're actually having a good time when you're out drinking. The problem with that for people like me, or sounds like possibly for your son, is that actually that starts leading you down in a path where other people might start feeling happy, you're starting reminiscing, you're starting thinking about things, and actually the alcohol makes you start to feel worse. And then obviously you get into the issues of drinking alcohol on a regular basis and getting drunk and everything. But it numbs. You don't have to think about things. The problem is that when you're drunk and you utilizing alcohol on a regular basis, then all of the other things start adding up, because you're not going to work, or you're not doing your work well, so you lose your job, or which then leads to you losing your home, or that could affect your relationship and stuff. So obviously alcohol is not a good place, and it's not a good thing. And most people who drink alcohol, who are in that kind of state, don't have control over it. Working now, doing better, but for how long is always our worry. Okay. Yeah. Now I really hope that he can you have to be in a position to want to help yourself. That's the biggest obstacle, is you. All right. Other people can see issues, but unless you're willing to, like you say, he's 28 years old. What can you do? You can't force him to go to counseling at all. You can't make him go. You can advise him and you can tell him that he should, but if he's not in that position, if he's not interested in it, then there's not really much you can do. It has to come from you, and that was a big step for me. Was admitting to myself that I wasn't in a good place, and that I needed help in that way. Now, I don't think that I've actually had that help, because I don't think that the counselling was very good. But that doesn't mean that people don't benefit from counselling, because they do, and it does help people. So if you get the right counsellor, if you get the right counselling, it certainly can help. But yeah, it is. That's the thing with drink, drugs. Once you're going down that route and you're utilizing that, then it is going to have a negative effect on other aspects of your life. There's no question about it. It could be the fact that you're drinking and it affects your relationship, or it affects your job. So it's going to have negative effects on other aspects of your life. So his mum wants to move him back here in town. She can get him to go get evaluated. Very risky move, I say. I'm not sure, but I know it can go sideways. Like I say, without knowing the full, obviously, ins and outs of your story, and I'm not here to give counselling or anything. Obviously, just I hope that he will Yeah, that is a thing. Somebody lies a lot to hide their addiction. Now, the first person that they lie to is themselves, and then that spirals out to other people, because they're not even admitting to themselves that they've got a problem, usually. And so, you know, yeah, I know what you know what why I'm here and what I'm doing. We are, and like I say, it's something that an individual has to accept for themselves. But post him this link. Next time I go live, have him come listen. Maybe he'll just listen and just be not interested. Maybe he will just listen. Maybe in another time he might decide that he would come on. I don't know. Just, maybe post him the link and tell him that it's just an open discussion. It isn't. There's no obligation to talk. You just sit in the audience and listen. I know that for me, talking about things has helped, because I've talked about this, about my position, where I am. It does help. I think it helps in the sense that you hear it for yourself when you're talking out loud as well. So the things that are in your head, they come out and they're verbalized, and then they're reality, and then you've got to kind of, they're no longer in your head away from everybody else. They become real, and then you have to face up to them. But yeah, Tungji, don't give up on people. So I'm not saying that you are, but when somebody when they have got issues, they don't always know it. They don't want to own up to. He's a 28-year-old man. What 28-year-old man wants to admit that they've got problems? We live in that kind of society where, especially men's mental health is really, really, it's growing. Men with mental health issues, but you're taught. You've always been. I mean, when I grew up, it was like, men don't cry. Men don't have issues. Men are strong, tough. We just get on. We just live. And men just have to live with it. There's nobody for them to talk to. There's nothing available for them, but there is now. There's a lot out there, especially for men, that are struggling. And that, the thing is that you can tell him a million times. Trust me, you can tell him a million times. If he doesn't see it, or he does see it, but he's denying it, that's the other thing, is that so either he doesn't see it, he doesn't see that he has an issue, he doesn't see that he has a problem, doesn't see that there is anything for him to require going and getting help for, or he knows it, but he's in denial. I was in denial for quite a while. I've gone through stages of saying, I'm okay. I don't need. I'm perfectly fine. There is no issues. I don't have any issues. To knowing that I did, but just ignoring it or denying that it was. Yeah, it's hard. It's really difficult. But yeah, I pray for you, Tenji, and I pray for your son, and I hope that whatever he's dealing with right now, for whatever reason that may be, that he will see that he has some issues to sort out, however small, however big those may be, whatever is affecting him in his personal life that has led to him drinking, losing his home, that he will come to the point where he will understand that there are issues and that they can be resolved. That he has other people he's not alone. I mean, it sounds like he has you and his mum that would be there for him. So he's not alone. And it's hard because you really do feel alone. But just be there for him. And know that, it's maybe not his fault. There are people out there that are just genuinely wired different than others, and they are not able to function well in this world. Is such a hard world, and we don't even know that things from our past are when we're younger, that they can affect us, that they can go into our adult lives, and when and you need to yeah, he has to do it. But there are things in life that when we're younger, things that happen that affect us throughout the rest of our lives, and that could be anything. Like, so again, I'm going to have boundaries of where I stop and what kind of information I'm willing to obviously to give. But my brother died when I was very young. He was 5. He got hit by a car, and I've grown up. I didn't really know him because I was very young, and I don't really remember him at all. And so I've grown up with the knowledge. I mean, it was never hidden from me that I had an elder brother. But I grew up with that knowledge that I had, that something was missing, something that should have been there was not there, and that affected me when I was growing up. And there's no question about there's no question that that has had psychological an impact on me as a human being, as a person. So yeah, so he died when I was very young, and it wasn't hidden, but I grew up with that knowledge that something was missing. I should have had an elder brother. I should have had that person to look up to guide me as a brother, to have fights with, and all of that kind of thing, as brothers would have done. And maybe we would never have got on. I don't know, but that has always affected me. I didn't. So there are people out there that lose like brothers and sisters when they're young, but they remember them as well. So they had that taken away from them, and then they have the issue of having known them, and then that was taken away. I didn't have that. I had the I only had the knowledge that something should have been there and wasn't. So I don't. So it's not a more. I don't have a mourning for what I had. Somebody that I knew, somebody that was taken, that I was close to or had a relationship with, and I only know that something, what I should have had, was not there, and that did affect me. There's no question about it in my life. And gone through all of my entire life now. And he would have been 4 years older than me. I think that's affected my relationship with my younger sister, because I've had Doki's chucking bananas at me again. I do appreciate those bananas, Doki. Yeah. So it's affected my relationship with my sister in two different ways, because I think it's made me very close to my sister, very protective of my sister, and the fact that, I'm the elder brother. And so I've always tried to kind of give her somebody to look up to, try to protect her, look after her. And I probably would have done that, anyway, but I think that because I was that elder brother that I should have had, that I didn't want her to deny her of that. And so we've always had our fights and things, but I've tried to be there for her whenever she's needed me, and as much as I could possibly give to her, I've given, whether that be time or money or lots of money, but normally money, because that's what normally I get asked for. But time, support, I've tried to be there. But I've also, and it's probably not a nice thing to say, but I've also had a jealousy to a certain extent, because she has something that I didn't. She's got an older brother to look after her, to support her, to be there when she needs it. And I don't. I didn't have that. Now that's never it's like made me go, right, okay, well, because I didn't have it, so I'm going to take it away from her. I would have never ever even have contemplated that. That wasn't something that I would do. But yeah, there's that in me is to say, she has something that I don't have. So it is it's difficult in that sense. I don't really know how much longer I'm gonna to go on. I've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. I don't know who's here apart from Tunji, Repair of the Truth, and obviously Doki, which I do appreciate. And I know that there are other people that are just listening, and that's fine. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for your your input that you've given and your comments. I appreciate Tunji for, sharing information that maybe was, is very personal. It was a very personal thing. So I appreciate everybody that's been here. If you are in the background and you are just listening to me talk, and Doki, and I don't know if I'm going to finish. If I'm not going to finish, I'm not too sure. I appreciate you all for being here. Hopefully, somebody has got something from this stream. Whether it just becomes maybe an understanding of that people are dealing with issues that you may not even think, wow, I wouldn't have thought that he was dealing with that. Okay, Doki, yeah, I will do. I probably will be up later tonight. I take it, so they're having a live chat later. I will come. I probably come along, and I'll say hello to you if you're there. My aim is just that, to kind of bring a more of awareness. Specific, it doesn't have to be men's mental health. This isn't a men's mental health channel. This is just, but I would like to bring a more knowledge to make it out there that men struggle with mental health issues as well, right? And you're not alone. If you are a man, you're struggling with mental health, there are other people out there that are in the same position. If you're not a man and you're a female and you're struggling with mental health, there are people out there. There are places you can go. There are people you can speak to. I recommend doing it. Come here. Talk here. I'll shut up. You speak. I'll speak. You shut up. Doesn't matter. Just listen. Just be in the background. People, hopefully, this will just bring awareness. That's my thing. But I also want it to be a place for people to be able to come and join if they feel like it. A place where, if they're lonely, if they're in a bad place, that they can just come on, click the link, come on, talk. You don't have to share anything. If you just want to talk, feel free to do so. If you'd like to get it out, talk to somebody, I'll listen. There are people in the comments who will listen. They've listened to me chat rubbish for an hour and 50 minutes. And I appreciate every single person that comes to my channel. And actually, you probably you probably don't even realize how much I appreciate. Maybe you might understand a little bit more now with the place where I am. But when people come to my channel and they spend the time that they could be doing something else and they come and spend it with me, it really means a lot. I appreciate every single person that watches one of my videos. You do not have to agree with what I say, but I really appreciate people being there. And people disagree with me all the time, I'm sure. I'm sure that people they listen to me talk and think, what are you saying? But you're still here. And I really appreciate it. I really do. And like I say, this specific is going to be completely different than my the religious chats that I do. And I would appreciate actually, Doki, Tungji, Repair of the Truth, if you're there and you actually, if you think that maybe I should do this on a separate channel completely, let me know. And yeah, we do. I know you disagree because you don't even come from a position of faith anymore. And you're here. I really appreciate that you're here. Well, you can't disagree with everything because I'm right quite a lot, surely. And you agree. Of course you agree with me because I'm right. And I'm always positive, but now you know that maybe I'm not, even though I made it blur, it may come out, but maybe I'm not feeling as positive as my demeanor would show, because I've kind of I've learned to kind of live with it, to deal with it, to put on a face, to put on. I wish I could put on a different face, but this one is the only one I've got, unfortunately. But you put on an outer showing. You put on the makeup, and you just. I don't wear makeup. I should do. Maybe I'd look better, but Doki is chucking bananas again. But yeah, I'm glad that you actually agree with me there, Tungji, that I'm always positive and I'm always right. But I'm probably more right than I am positive. Some people might disagree and think that I'm more positive than I am right. But Doki's just he's firing these bananas at me. I really just appreciate it. You honestly don't have to. Tungji, did you? Tungji, like none of you have to. So I didn't even notice that, Tungji. So anyway, that's it. You I think YouTube, I don't know how much YouTube take of that anyway. Quite a lot, I expect. I appreciate you all. I appreciate Tungji. I appreciate Doki for being here. And not just because they chucking bananas at me. I don't do it for that. Obviously I appreciate it, of course, but yeah, I really do. I really do appreciate people, but I don't do it for that. And this channel, this discussion is really, I really hope that there's somebody here listening that is not my usual, from my usual bunch of people, that are just listening and realizing that they're not alone. I really do, and I hope that I like I say, it's something I'm going to do on a regular basis. And no, you don't have to chuck bananas every single time that I come on. But it is something that I would like to do on a regular basis, and I would like to get some people that are struggling to come on and talk, and I'd like to get some counselors. And I'd love to, if Tengji's son, if you could get him to come on and speak or listen, I'd love that as well. I want to create a place that isn't just about studying the Bible, which is obviously really important, but somewhere that people can feel like they're in a kind of family, a community, where friends, where you're having a bad day. I don't even care whether you suffer from mental health issues or depression, anxiety. You're just having a bad day, and you just want you just need somebody to talk to. You just need to vent it. You just need to get it out. Feel free to come and do it. You're having a bad day. That's enough. That's enough. Bad days are not good days, are they? You just want to talk. You just want to say, "Oh, some idiot cut me up," or I did something stupid at work, or the boss is annoying me or something. It's affecting you. And obviously, repair. Yeah. If you're, I will always advocate that. So obviously you're off to work, so I appreciate you having been here. And I'm sure we'll talk again. And yeah, obviously I'm gonna advocate the keeping the eyes on Jesus part of that, without question. But it isn't something that, like, you do not need to be religious or anything to be welcome on this channel, on this open chat, at all. But yeah, this is something that's just been on my mind recently, and I just felt I've thought of doing these types of things before, and like I say, I was trying to get somebody to come on who was a mental health professional, and I think I probably did it the wrong way. I think I need to get people interested in coming and discussing and being here and having an audience and people that are going to listen and interact and chat before I can go to them and say, right, well, okay, I've got an audience of these people now. Will you be willing to come in and discuss? and do a session, or talk about what kind of therapies there are available out there for people that are struggling with mental health. I don't know if I would be willing to go onto somebody's channel that I don't know and talk. I'm doing it here because this is my channel. But I don't know if I would be willing to go onto somebody else's channel if I was dealing with mental health issues that they were putting on a channel and go on and discuss. I don't know if that would be something that I would do. So this is kind of new to this was just a random idea. It may not work. It might be something that I just is not worth me going into. But if one person is watching this and they've got anything from it, then it's been worth it to me. But yeah, again, I'm going to go back a little bit to reiterate, kind of, because you get I've had new people in, people leave, new people come in. The things that we do in order to make ourselves feel better when we're feeling down, and so I don't think watching football works. Make videos addressing all the different categories of mental illness. Yeah. So I would need to go through myself, like, and study all of the different categories of mental illness. Because there are so many different mental illnesses out there, and there are so many reasons for depression. There are so many reasons why somebody become anxious, or yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right, Tunji. I think that would possibly be a really good a different video each time, addressing different category and a different form of mental illness, and a study into that particular one. It's definitely something that I will certainly look at. Actually, it's a good idea. Thank you for that. Yeah, addressing all the different categories of mental illness, because there are so many. There are so many out there. Bipolar just being one of those. But depression is a form of mental illness itself. Doki. Another one. I tell you what, if I stay here for any longer, you're gonna run out of money. I just stay here all night now. I'd be able to go on holiday at the end of this. It is actually something that I could really do with. But yeah, I appreciate I appreciate that people appreciate what I do. Whether that be this particular. Yeah, Doki keeps going back and buying bananas, chucking them at me. Yeah. You honestly, nobody has to give me anything. I'm not asking, but I really appreciate it, and it really does mean a lot. And whether I don't earn a huge amount of money. I'm not gonna. This isn't like a plead or anything. I don't earn a lot of money, and I spend a lot of time doing my studies and work and everything. And I probably could earn a lot more if I was not doing all the studying and stuff. So when people do give, it means such a lot to me. Like, unfortunately, I've got like now, because I've gone over the 1,000 subscribers. I've now joined with YouTube, so you probably people get adverts on my video when they're watching. So I don't know if you're watching an old video, you'll probably get an advert. I don't know if you get an advert before you come onto the channel when you click on. I don't know if that's happens on a live. Sometimes it does, I think. But yeah, so that's one way of supporting, is just watching a video with an advert. We get paid a tiny small portion of a penny every time somebody watches like a little bit of a video, an advert. But yeah, like, I know that it feels like it's I don't know. I don't know how to even to put it. It's like, by having the ability for people to be able to donate and stuff feels wrong, in that I shouldn't have that. But also, there are many people out there that are doing channels and that, and that's how they survive, and that's how they live. And people go on to like say football channels and stuff, and they donate money and stuff to people just doing watching a football match, or the reaction videos. Have you anybody seen those the reaction videos, people watching a song, and they're reacting to it? So they're just listening to the song with them in the kind of background. So you get to hear the song, and then they'll stop every now and again and talk about the song. And people donate money, and they get millions of views on this kind of thing. Like, people are doing this as a full-time job, reacting to songs. I might start doing reaction videos to some Christian songs, or reaction videos to like other people's cat videos, or puppy videos, animal videos, children videos. They're reacting to this, and then people are donating and giving them yeah. Thank you very much, Tingjid, about making a few dollars. Yeah, I just don't want to make it about that. Play a video game while people watch you, and you make big money on. Yeah, that's. The reaction videos are really popular, and Doki's like, yeah, play a video game. My nephew watches people play Minecraft. He isn't playing Minecraft, he's watching other people play Minecraft. And he will sit there for hours watching other people play Minecraft. I don't even know how to play Minecraft, but he loves Minecraft and he will watch other people play it. He will play it and he will sit there playing Minecraft also while watching people play Minecraft. Very strange. But yeah, do you know what? The reaction videos are popular. And the reason why I know that they're popular is because I actually do watch some of them. I normally what I like to watch is some of my favorite songs or my favorite singers, and people who have never like heard of them. Yeah, yeah. So sorry, I was going to do a comment, but yeah, I'll finish my train of thought first. I don't even know where I've gone. Yeah, so I like to watch other people who have never heard one of my favorite songs or one of my favorite singers, that they're being they're being exposed to them, they're seeing them, and then they react to because I was in the same place, like in awe of somebody singing or something. You probably the American group Pentatonix. Now it was only a couple of years ago that I came across Pentatonix, but their version of so they've got 3 songs that I like to watch reaction videos to. So Hallelujah, and their version of Hallelujah is just absolutely amazing. Their version of The Sound of Silence, which I think is brilliant. And then they do Amazing Grace as well. So I love their Amazing Grace. So I like to watch other people listen to Pentatonix for the first time, or those 3 in particular. But then I've got obviously lots of other groups that I like to watch. The one that gets me the most, and actually the surprise, so it's the Righteous Brothers, and You've Lost That Loving Feeling. Because I like what this might sound really strange, but I like watching the reaction from people who, because that video is in black and white, and right at the beginning it's kind of their faces are covered, so it's black, so there's no light on them, so you can't see, and most people think that they're black because of their voices, because they've got some proper soul. But the Righteous Brothers are singing that song, and the reaction is like they cannot believe that there's these 2 white guys singing this song, which normally gets me every time. Like they're just expecting, obviously, some black. Well, there's 2, so I suppose they're expecting a black group or a black couple to what do you when there's 2 singers, what's that called? I can't even. Why can't I even think of that? That's silly. Not a pair, and it's not a group. Duet. No, that's not it either. Anyway, but the reaction to that, yeah, duet. Maybe it's a duet. Are you a duet if you're 2 people that sing together all the time? Yeah, probably. But the Righteous Brothers, obviously, they're really, really good. So I do like watching the reaction to that. But yeah, so reaction videos. I don't know why they get such a they get millions of views on them. They just get millions of views. It'd be a bit weird. I don't know if I definitely have to start a different channel if I was going to do that kind of reaction videos. But then they get, like, in the comments, they'll get told to listen to this song for the first time. And so they do that. Food reviews. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'll have to do a review on bananas, which are very, very good, I must say. Doki's bananas, Tonji's bananas are very, very good. I do appreciate them very much. Food reviews, yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish here. We're going over 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it's a bit longer than that now. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do another one of these, but on a slightly different, the same thing, an open chat, but rather than when you're feeling down, what helps you get through, on something slightly different. And I'll chat again. Maybe not for this long on my own. Hopefully, if I post into some groups a little bit earlier than what I have, I might get some different types of people. Maybe even get somebody that's willing to come on and have a chat. Just somebody that wants somebody to listen to them. But I have appreciated Doki, Tonji, Prepare the Truth, everybody else that's been here. I've really appreciated you just being here. Like I say, I know that you have other things to be doing, and you might have other people to be listening to, and you've got your own work, and you've got your own families, and you've got your own things in life that you're doing. You've got, this isn't for you anyway. You three that have been in the comments. This isn't something that you normally interact with. You have other things that you're interacting with. So I appreciate that you've taken the time to come here and be part of this. And I won't take offense at all if, when I do this again, and you just think, well, this isn't kind of something I want to be involved in, or you're just talking about the same, mental health issues and stuff. And if you don't come back and you don't want to be part of that, I will not take offense at all. Come and join me on the Christian videos if I get back into doing those at any time. Probably not so anytime soon. I wouldn't have thought. I want to do this, and like I say, I'm struggling with the whole motivation of doing the other kind of videos at the moment. So I might even do some reaction videos. I wonder if you could you do reaction videos to Christian videos? Other people talking? Oh no, that would just be like that's not that wouldn't be a reaction. That would be a rebuttal or something. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe I just listen to some of my favorite songs. Let's see if people are interested in that. Yeah, thank you very, very much for being here. I do appreciate it. and I appreciate you for your comments, your support, and just being here, and for listening to me ramble on for 2 hours. Yeah, maybe debunking videos. That's the word. Debunking videos. But well, maybe not even debunking videos. Maybe we can watch something that I agree with. Probably not so much of those, because I don't agree with everybody on a lot of things. But yeah, maybe some debunking videos. Maybe debunking me and showing debate reviews. Yeah, there's a lot that I can do, and I want to do more videos. I'd like to be on here more, but I do apologize if sometimes I do go missing in action and I don't make a video for a while. It's just sometimes I'm just not up for it, or sometimes I think, do people really even want to listen to me talk for 2 hours? And then I get people in here for 2 hours who are listening, and so it always makes me feel better. It just does, when I come and I know that people are watching and listening to me and interacting. So I appreciate this. Has been it's been a lot more interaction than I probably thought that I was going to get, and it's gone on for longer than I expected. But I'm still rambling on. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it, and I'm going to do another one of these, so I may see you on it. And if you are struggling, if you are in a place, so I am finishing now. But if you are here, you're listening, you're struggling, you're in a place that is maybe not where you want to be, you're in a bit of a dark place, you want somebody to talk to, you want somebody to listen, or you just want to listen to somebody else who is having issues, then this is what I would like this new part of my channel to become. Just somewhere where you can come and listen, somewhere where you can feel like you have other people that are kind of in a similar position to you, to know that there are people out there that are also struggling, that you are not alone, even though you are in here, you're not physically alone. And that there are people out there that are willing to listen to you, to talk to you. There are places you can go, and I'm going to look into that as well, to places that people can go. What type of so as Tungji said, I want to look at some different mental health issues that maybe you have, but also the help that is available out there, the different types of help, the different types of counseling that you can go and get. But if you're struggling, there is help available. And come share your story. Listen to other people's. And yeah, the resources need to be available. So that's something that, like I say, I'm not studied in this. This isn't something I know. I deal with it. Doesn't mean I know anything about the subject. I mean, I don't even understand my own mental health issues properly. So this is something I'm going to have to study. I'm going to have to look into. That's why I want to get some professionals on here, some people that that know what they're talking about. And let's. This was the start. This was a start. I wanted to see what kind of reaction came from it, whether I would get people interested at all, whether I would have anybody turn up at all, So, and it has, and so I'm going to do this again. But yeah. Thank you very much for being here, and I shall end. And I will do another one. So if you have missed this one, or you've come in late, come and subscribe. That's the first thing. And then you'll be kept up to date when I go live to do another video. You'll get a notification. And you can come and listen again. Or you can come and talk. So thank you very much. And I'll see you on my next video. Oh, Faithful. Hello. I'm just finishing, Faithful. So thank you for coming. I don't know how long you've been here already. You've just turned up, but Faithful, I do appreciate that you've yeah. So the chat tonight is been a completely different. It's not obviously a Christian video that I've been doing tonight. It's just been on mental health issues, depression, that type of thing. So it was just on when you're feeling down, what kind of things do we do in order to get through? What kind of things make us feel better? It's just something I'm going to be doing on my channel, as opposed to just the Christian channel, but also I want to do some non-Christian kind of open discussions. But yeah, thank you for turning up and being here. It's appreciated. So yeah, thank you all for being here and for interacting, and I do appreciate it, and I'll see you on my next video.